Oh, yes. Welcome to the Claudia Jordan Show.
Oh, no.
And my pigeons.
No.
Now, the pigeons sound a little down and the music's a little bit down because we're doing another special edition of the show where we have a serious topic. And I'm going to try not to make as many jokes today, but when it gets uncomfortable, that's my way of, breaking the uncomfortable moments with joke, with laughter, with comedy.
Okay.
Tonight's topic is date rape. Very serious topic, something that has affected most of us, and most men need to know what it is, and when it is date rape and when it isn't. So call in 877-2-106-106. Maybe you've been accused of date rape, and you're thinking, what are you talking about, rape? I thought you agreed to this, or you don't really know what date rape is, because there is a difference between walking by some bushes and a guy runs out and attacks you that you never met, and then there's a big gray area when you're dating somebody, or you're just hanging with a guy and just hands get pinned down and penetration happens. So, anyways,
Wow.
Who's in the house?
Tina Davina here.
Who's in the house?
Denisha Danielle.
Both of you guys have a lot of lipstick on tonight.
They do, right?
They look like little girls that
Y'all
were
look
playing
like-
in their mom's makeup a little bit.
Y'all look like me.
Hilarious.
I know. We try to do our Portia
like me.
imitation.
Went outside the line and everything. Wow.
Making my lipstick
That,
bigger than they
that
are.
white girl line,
That's
got
good.
a little thicker.
Who's in the house?
Flora's in the house.
Who's in the house?
Girl, Portia's in the house.
That's right. I said I was going to do away with the top of the show when I asked what you guys have been up to, but you're boring as hell. You're killing me. I did that 6 months ago. That was to, hopefully get the, be an interesting part of the show. The listeners like, I wonder what happened, and every week it's like, nothing. Made a cake, nothing. Went to the fair, nothing.
Yep.
So, I don't, you have something, and when I say I want to abolish this, Tina Davina says to me, I had something to say this time, actually. What did you do? Besides what?
Besides get another tat?
The obvious.
That was fun. I went to the tattoo convention, and my boy Sean Kama hooked me up with another tattoo, to add to my non-feminine biker girl image.
All
according to
right.
One buffoon. But yeah, I'm proud of it. So
Nice.
that was fun for me. That pain, I love it.
All right, great.
Saw you at the Black College football game.
Yeah, I thought you were going to introduce me to Andre 3000, and he was like, Andre 99.
I don't know.
that was your boo.
That was definitely a sign you had way too much to drink.
He had juicy corners, and his spit was popping.
Tina
my
Davina,
God.
we will never fight over men. I tell you that. I tell you that. Wow.
Tanisha, did you get a tattoo as well?
No.
Oh,
I
surprise.
haven't.
Shocking.
Not since I was 18.
Okay.
Got my little baby one.
I didn't know you had one.
I know you canceled a date on someone last week.
I know.
Okay.
I have that's a really bad habit.
Well, when you get a date, we'll talk about it. Flora?
I fired the Cub. He's gone.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
gone.
believe
I'm
you.
telling you. I'm not even kidding. He's not a.
Have him
Are you
call
around
in.
out there? Anybody? Yeah, he's gone.
I don't know.
He's gone.
Silence.
He's gone.
Why did you fire him?
I've been meaning to. Finally, I did, and that was it. I mean, you
But
just go.
why?
Well, because he was boring. Doesn't know any other
Okay.
positions. At 25, you're thinking, be creative. Let's hang something from the ceilings, or
You
know,
said he
nothing.
was the best sex I've ever had.
Well, it was. With shit. You starving somebody, throw you a cracker. Yeah, it's the best.
Was it a mutual firing?
Well, not really. I mean,
Wait a
with
minute.
the,
Wait. Stop the press. We are watching
That's just the
BET.
preview.
Oh, here it is.
Portia Coleman's video is premiering on BET on 106 and Park
Oh, there it
Yo.
is. There it is.
with a very fine male model.
Ooh. Is he gay? No.
He is gay.
Not gay at all. Yeah, it was a shocker. They actually made
My
up today
brother
and was
is
like,
gay.
If you're on the West Coast, tune in to BET. It's about to come on after the break, I think. So we'll all support Portia. I'm actually going to be going to New York tomorrow, and I can't talk about why, but you will know why soon enough. And that's all I can really say about that. Went to a wedding yesterday, had a good time, drank a lot.
Duh.
No kidding.
It's all in the pictures.
Yeah.
All
video?
the photos.
Oh, what you been up to? Nothing?
No.
Oh, no. I've been nothing.
I already know she's been up to nothing.
Chilling,
Oh,
working.
it is?
No, I mean, I'm not up to sex, but up to just kicking in and promoting and doing what I got to do. I also have something big coming up, too, that I can't talk about just yet, but it's right around the corner. I'm so excited.
The new video, talk about it?
Oh, yeah. It's called Take It, featuring 3 6 Mafia. So, yeah, if you are watching.
Take it. And our topic tonight is date rape.
It's
That's really
date-
good. Nice
I
going, Portia.
had them premiere
Good segue.
today for that reason.
So you are part of the problem.
I'm part of the problem.
Now, that's an interesting segue now.
It is.
Take it.
Yes.
You obviously want a man to be more aggressive and to take it and just, right?
Not literally.
But kind of.
But I mean, aggressive men, it's good. You always want to know where guys coming from. You don't want to have to second guess, but at the same time, you don't want to feel uncomfortable with him being too aggressive, because there's a lot of fellas out there that, you know, figure, oh, I got money and I got this and I got that, where they figure they can be, you know, arrogant. They figure they can be cocky and really just push up on a chick as if that's it within their right. And some fellas just got to know that just let the female lead. If you let her lead, you'll never have a problem, because she'll tell you when to, you know, to take that next
level. But doesn't that get
level.
unattractive, though? Because we all say we want an aggressive man that will take it. But
Yeah.
then it's like, I think, you know what it is? If you're attracted to the man, it's not rape.
It's not.
If you are attracted to the man, you're like,
I don't know if that's true.
oh, it's so sexy.
Well, no, that's got to be true. I mean,
no, I mean, I've been attracted to guys and not wanting to have sex.
you hear the dead silence for like 2 seconds?
I'm serious.
Like
But then everyone was like,
You guys,
Tina, what do you think about that?
Tina would not relate.
What are you guys talking about? I very well have dated plenty of dudes in Los Angeles and never got it. Not plenty like that.
didn't
Dang, that
say
sounded
that.
really bad, right?
A little hoish.
Slightly, right?
Yeah.
But no, I definitely have had boyfriends for like months at a time and they never got it.
We didn't say anything about
Where
that.
is the bullshit button?
Yeah, I don't. No comprende, mi amiga.
I don't know. I'm trying to find the button. But, okay, now, it's, you know, even the word rape, it's like, ugh, when you say it, you
Yeah.
kind of get that feeling like, I don't know, it's just a difficult thing to talk about. But it's something that we need to talk about because it's common. A lot of women have been raped and don't even know they've been raped because they think, you know, I let him on, or I was drinking, or what have you. So, I want you guys to call in 877-2-106-106. Fellas, if you've ever been accused of it, I'd like to hear from you and how it went down and how did you resolve the situation, because there's definitely this, and I you know, one thing, there's women out there that falsely accuse men of rape because they don't want to, you know, kind of take the L and admit that they
That's right.
slept with that person.
Right.
So, you know, we'll talk about if anybody wants to share any experiences of anything like that happening to them or attempted to be done onto them. You know, we'll talk about that. So,
I think that sometimes the poetess was saying this earlier. When you're in a relationship, guys think that just because you're in a relationship or just because you had sex with that person before, that it automatically gives you the right to have sex whenever that they want to. And I definitely have been in a relationship where I didn't want to have sex, and he was like, "No, you're gonna have sex." And you know, it's like he doesn't look at it like it was rape, but you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, got tears in my eyes, and I don't want to do this, but you know, he's kind of making me do it, and I'm like, I want to keep my man, so I'm gonna do it. But it's definitely not, you know, a comfortable situation.
so you went along with it, and he was fine with having sex with you while you're
While I was
teary-eyed.
crying.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He felt probably
That's
empowered.
a good sign that it's date rape.
I mean, and I was with him for a long time, but still, I think that definitely, you know, goes into that category of rape.
They say that 50% of rapes occur while out on a date. So, you know, you hear rape, and a lot of men think, I'm no rapist, because they think, again, it's the image in the movie where some
Right. Where they're in the
Yeah.
bushes.
Puerto
stalking
Rican
a
runs
woman.
out with a knife. You know, it's
Right.
not that.
Yeah.
It's, and no offense to Puerto Ricans, I think they're very sexy.
Very.
I actually wouldn't mind being
Hot.
accosted by one. But I'm just saying, you know,
Puerto Ricans
awesome.
listen.
Puerto Rico, ho, hey, papi. No, but you know, you see these like savage images on television, and it's not that. A lot of times, like the most common occurrences is when it's someone you know, and it's, you know, a few drinks, and a no becomes a maybe, becomes a bitch, you about to do this, you know.
Right.
So I don't know.
But that's why I think it's important that just because you're attracted to somebody and you accept a date and you go out on the date and you're having fun on the date doesn't mean you want to have sex with them. Like you can end it with a kiss, you can end it with a step beyond that if you wanted to, but it still doesn't mean that you are, just because you're having a good time, that you're ready to have sex.
I know.
And I think a lot of the girls that I know that actually did get date raped, it was under the influence of alcohol or something was slipped into their drink. So, I mean, I know I don't drink, not because I'm afraid of somebody sticking
You just
something
cut
in
your
my
chances
drink.
in half
but
right there.
yeah, I mean, really, you have to think, like, if you're under the influence of alcohol or anything, that inhibits your decisions to understand when a guy could be coming on to you real strong and when it could end up becoming rape. Because, I mean, if you're in sound mind and really focused, you'll know, okay, this guy wants a little more than what I'm willing to give up, and you'll know that.
Well, when you're drinking, and you know, I've been accused of being a little bit of, Portia's video's on right now. Take it, fellas. Do not take it from
yeah.
the female.
Don't
We're
take
just
it from
giving
the
her a
female.
shout out to her
Yeah,
video
just
right
shout out
now.
to the video, like,
You look great.
thank you.
Oh, he's fine.
Fall back. Fall back, Cougar. Fall.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Rape him. I'm gonna rape him.
He looks little.
Little tiny
No,
for me.
not at
Little
all. He's
tiny
about
for me.
6'4".
Wait a minute now. Hold
I
on.
was on a box.
Oh, I was going to say, if
what
he's
about-
your height.
What about,
No, honey, I
what
was on a
about
box.
female rape of a man?
That's Very
In
true.
your world,
And
Claudia,
that
it's
happens.
possible.
Like fellas, you know, if you know a lot of women come onto you a little strong, and you may not be ready to give it up just yet. As Claudia seems to be shaking her.
Rhymes with Tristan.
The opposite of Jew, the opposite of Christian is a Jew. You know, wow.
I'm going to save this segment.
Yeah.
We've got a caller. We've got Brad
Yeah.
from Gary, Indiana. Brad, what's your comment or question or your story? Welcome to the show. Hello?
Hey, Brad.
Brad? Gary,
All
Indiana?
right. He's watching my video.
All right, well, if he comes on the line, we'll talk to Brad from Gary, Indiana. And ladies, I like to hear from you. I like to hear if any dates have ever gotten scary for you.
or
know.
if you've known anyone
Right.
that this has happened to.
Well, it's like the statistics are very high, you know, especially. Oh, we got Brad on the line. Brad, welcome to the show.
How you doing, ladies?
Doing good. How are you?
Right.
Okay, well, this happened about 3.5 to 4 years ago on the job. I was playing ball and I had broke my leg playing ball, and I was out for about 3 months before I come back to work. And when I come back to work, we had a meeting on the job, and I was accused of raping this girl in the basement. And I said, really? You know, and I said, how in the world I'm going to rape somebody while I'm sitting at home with a broke left leg? You know, I said, that don't make no sense. I said, I'm a bad brother to rape a woman with one leg, you know.
Wait a minute.
Right.
So you weren't even anywhere near her, and she accused you of something that you weren't even around. Like, it wasn't even a date. It was like absentee rape.
Right. What it initially was, we was used to talk on the job. She used to tell me how her husband's dogging her out, and I would tell her, I was like, well, hey, leave the dude alone and move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? But I really wasn't hearing what she was trying to get me. She was trying to get me to sleep with her, and I wasn't trying to hear that because she's a married woman. I don't do that.
But why does she gain by accusing you of rape, though? I don't get it.
Is that her retaliation for you not
Well,
going out with her?
I believe that was her retaliation, because after that, no matter how much proof I had the doctor's excuses. I had to learn how to walk again, and you know, a lot of things I had to go through, and then turn around and deal with my job that I was working on because she accused me of something. I wasn't even there. I'm sitting at home. I'm in the wheelchair. I can't walk.
So how did you clear? So how did you clear? You cleared it up with the doctor's note? Or did you ever get?
Yeah, I cleared it with the doctor's note, and still the company still put me under investigation about that.
Okay.
Wow.
Did she file any charges against you?
No, she couldn't file charges because I had proof.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry that happened to you, and that's one thing that women got to stop doing, using it as retaliation, because so many women don't come forward because people are going to think they're bullshitting, they're full of it, they're lying for the little trifling ass heifers that do lie, like the girl that you're talking about, clearly. You know, like that makes it bad for when it really does happen. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We appreciate it. Tina, do you have a poem on this?
I do, but I just wanted to say, real quick, only 6% of rapists even see jail. So I think that's definitely a problem.
But that's because it's so underreported.
Exactly. I was going to say, a lot of times, it's the whole, cry wolf, and people don't believe you, and you kind of get scared to put yourself out there and say that happened to you, because you don't know how you're going to be perceived because of it.
Right.
So I think that's definitely a problem. I wish that more people would step forward.
I'll get to a story after. We're going to go to your poem, but in the next segment, I had, when I was younger, I took part in a really, really big rape trial. One of my best friends was raped by a celebrity. And seeing all the things that happen, and I understand why women don't come forward, because, I mean, putting your underwear on the evidence,
your whole character is scrutinized,
everything,
in front of everyone,
and they try to find, and they're really ruthless with trying to put it back on a woman. So, okay, do you have a poem?
Yes.
Let's get to the rape poem.
It's called No Means No. It started off all so sweet. We were just supposed to be watching a little TV, but his eyes are undressing me. His fingers started tracing me. Suddenly he is embracing me. It's getting hot and heavy. I'm not ready for this just yet. We just met. He is trying to make me forget, taunting my body, toying with my curiosity. Maybe I've had too much to drink. Let me think. Yeah, not the best idea. Again, he is kissing me, but I am listening to the inner me, telling me to stop, drop, and roll. Get the hell out before it gets out of control. I say no. I'm not ready to go there. He says, but baby, we're already there. Grabbed his little big man as if I cared. Started playing in my hair. He thinks he's smooth. I see his moves. I moved and reiterated, no. His smile quickly turns to a frown and everything slows way down. And he stared in disbelief, then proceeded to call me a tease. as if to believe I owed it to him. I said, Nuka, please, I'd rather be called a tease than called a hoe. And on that note, I've got to go because no means no means no.
All right.
Okay.
No. All
Very
right
good.
now.
Good job, Tia. Good job.
Chills.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that poem. It's amazing when someone can write a poem on good D and rape and be just as intense.
You are so talented, girl.
are.
Man, a man should be snatching you up right now.
I'm gonna throw random topics at you. Just
See what you come up with.
write a poem about a cow, bitch. Go ahead. See what you got.
I
Herpes on lip.
your milk as it squirts from the like she would get intense with it. Like,
All right, we are talking about date rape on the Claudia Jordan Show. Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. Ladies, we'd like to hear from some ladies. I'd like to hear some stories. I mean, share it. You can use a fake name, whatever you got to do. We'd like to hear from you as well. And give us a call. We'll be back after the break.
All right.
Hey, welcome back to the Claudia Jordan Show and my pigeons. Sounds like one of the pigeons is in heat. Who was that, Flora?
Portia.
what?
Yeah, it came from the brown area.
Oh, my.
The dark skin area.
My ovaries aren't fresh. No.
All right. So speaking of ovaries, we are talking about date rape on the show. Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. Definitely want to give some tips to men because we definitely have a large male following because we're so sexy. But okay, advice to men because you might not know. You know, you should be clear. You know, take the time to hear what a woman's actually saying. If you feel she's not being direct or if she's giving you a mixed message, don't assume like, well, she's playing hard to get.
Right, if she's slurring her words, hey, if she's unconscious, I'm going to take that as a no.
That's a good sign when she's foaming at the mouth.
You know what I'm saying? If she's hovered over the toilet,
Or
she
knocked
was-
out.
Pupils.
And it's
I'm gonna say
prosecutable.
no.
It's prosecutable.
It is.
That even though she didn't say no or fight you back, but if she was beyond a point of making an informed decision
not consent.
and,
Right.
giving consent,
That's right.
then it's still considered rape.
And date rape is a crime. It's not a watered down version of rape. It's still rape. So, you know, date rape is a crime.
Right,
And,
as of 1998, it was.
And don't automatically assume that a woman wants to have sex just because she drinks heavily. Check. Dresses provocatively. Check. Or agrees to go to your room. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Because to me, that's a nice little Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of times, like, I hate when I hear this. Well, why were you wearing that? Because
I
I
don't-
wanted to.
See, guys, please just listen to this. We don't wear sexy clothes for you. We wear it because it makes us feel sexy, right?
Or
As
for other
females.
women because we want to top that other chick.
Well, Tina
But
Davina here.
Portia, I would say you dress the sexiest here, and you're always in little bra tops and little bikini, barely there tops.
Little teeny shirts.
You are.
Borrowed from your little sister.
And you're not. You're clearly not giving it up. It's been
Right.
3 years.
Yeah.
Is it 3 years?
Honestly.
3 years and what? How many months?
Oh, I don't know. It's just 3 years.
We
I
need
don't
we
know.
need a running timer going.
a counter or a clock. But you're right though. Just because a woman may dress a certain way, it makes you feel good. I enjoy wearing clothes that I feel makes my body look good. I'm the shortest here too, so to me it's like I can't wear what Claudia would wear. I mean, we've gone shopping plenty of times and we'll look at the same stuff, and it's like that makes you look good, that makes me look good. But at the end of the day, it makes me feel better to wear, you know,
Right.
what I feel. It's not for the dudes.
And they gotta stop like sweating them. Like, don't be so arrogant to think that it's all for
Yeah.
you. Okay, we have a female caller. We have Keisha from Panama City.
Panama?
Panama City. Okay,
Florida.
Keisha, hey.
Keisha.
Hey, ladies. First off, congratulations on all your secretive endeavors. We don't know what they are, but, you know, congratulations and best of luck with that.
Thank you.
One thing I want to just bring up on this topic is that I think that, you know, first off, you know, being that we're women, especially if you're a woman of color, you know, our sexuality has always been repressed. You know, I'm in the South right now, and I'm originally from the Midwest, but, you know, it's such a Bible town. Everything's about, you know, wait till marriage. Everybody gets married. You know, they get pregnant. You know, the Palin types get pregnant and all of a sudden they're engaged. That type of nonsense. But the bigger issue is that a lot of times you have that gray area where some women may have been raped or some women may have regretted the person they had sex with, but because of that social conditioning, oh, my God, I don't want to look like a hoe, you know, they may play that rape card. So you got that fuzziness. And then when you have an actual victim of rape, she's got to come through a community. I mean, let's not forget the Duke story where, you know, the stripper got raped. And the community was so pissed off. They're like, oh, they don't believe it's rape because she's black. Oh, they don't believe it's rape because, you know, she's a ghetto-type classification of a woman. And then, you know, we rally behind this woman to find out, you know, all these months down the line that the trick was lying.
Right.
You know, so it makes it very difficult for a real victim to walk through a community and, you know, have a a feeling of empathy or, you know, a rally, you know, a sense of protection, because now we're more apt to protect the male, because there's a lot of women that, you know, want a man or feel like you should be honored, you know, that the dude is with you for however long the sex was. It's, you know, it's just so warped, because so many women are taught to feel that they need a man, and that because we need a man, he gets this get out of bullshit free card. And if we dare question that, you know, then it's a problem. And all of a sudden that woman's ostracized. The victim is ostracized. I mean, she can go through the legal field. I'm in the legal field. She can file the paperwork. You know, we can sue. You know, we can get them arrested. But that woman has to either live in that community or deal with the repercussions of that act for the rest of her life.
That's right. Keisha, thank you so much. Very passionate call. You have a lot of valid points. You know, I mentioned earlier before I went to break, a really good friend of mine. She was my best friend at the time. She was raped by a celebrity back in the day, and we were both really, really young, just barely above the legal age. So, you know, unfortunately, it wasn't statutory rape. It was rape. And I just got to see a lot of the things that went down. It really affected both of our lives. And it's like she's victimized twice. You know what I mean? It's like, it's bad enough you get raped, and then your own, especially the black community, I hate to say it, but it's like, well, what was you wearing? And, oh, was you just trying to get paper? It's like, no, like, sometimes it really does happen. And I see why women don't want to come forward. You know, she ended up coming forward, and she was extremely brave. And, you know, I can tell you guys that the reports of rape increased. It went up really, it didn't go through the roof, but they definitely saw a higher occurrence of people actually feeling the confidence to call in and to tell. And, you know, it's an embarrassing thing. Like, first of all, you don't really show what happened to you. Like, was I or wasn't I? And because there's, you know, when you're in that gray area, it's not black and white sometimes. Right. And, you know, I saw this girl go through so much. I mean, I was with her every step of the way in the examination room while she was getting checked, and there's a bunch of cuts and, you know, abrasions and then the treatment she got before people knew that she was raped by a celebrity. It just was like, they just treated her like she was a whore. You know what I mean? Like, she went in there, said she was raped, and it was like the treatment she got was like, I was so pissed off. And then I would spend nights with her and just be with her as her best friend and just like sleep in her dorm room with her, and, you know, she would be whimpering in her sleep. Yeah, that's a and having nightmares, and it's like, people don't believe you. You got tabloids, and then you got money being thrown around, and then, you know, she was very pro-black and very much into her community, and she felt really bad about bringing a black man down. She still didn't want to take him out. And then when she did, it's like she did it reluctantly, and she got ostracized, and people didn't want to believe her for a very long time, and finally they do now. But, I mean, I got to see a really, really sad, and horrible treatment of the victims.
Right, how quickly they turn.
So mothers and fathers out there, we've got to just, you know, equip our daughters with better tools and just, you know, the drinking definitely is a problem because women have intuition and it's spider sense. And a lot of times when you're drinking, that goes out the window. And that's why we drink, actually. You know what I mean? And then you don't really see the scary look in his eye or the creepiness, or, you know, your guard goes down, and they, you know, a lot of times you're being preyed upon, you don't even know it. So,
well, I think when we were looking at the statistics here, one thing that stood out to me is that 78% of these attacks, like when they say 1 in 4 women, 78% of them happened before the age of 25. And my own experience with date rape was when I was 18. And I really didn't want to admit to myself. I really didn't care that it was like what people thought about me as much as I was like, I really didn't want to admit to myself that was actually date rape. And I got victimized. And I look at myself as a strong, independent woman that would never happen to. So I think that educating people and having people understand that, yes, the thing you are supposed to do is say no and say it loud and fight back despite those rumors that you're not supposed to fight back. You are actually supposed to fight back. And then also, you know, empowering your children to be fearless about themselves and talking about sex, because I think that that's what it comes from. Because then who are you going to rely on when you're 18 years old, 16 years old, and you get raped if you can't have an open dialogue with your parents about it?
And that's good that you're opening up about it, and I think that's like step one. So if anybody else has any stories they'd like to share, I mean, I know I have one too. So, I mean, we're talking about it, but if we don't talk about it, we're not really setting the example. So for our listeners, thank you for sharing your story with us, Nisha. I know it's hard.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. I think as a grown woman, you get to a point where you're like, I got victimized.
But 5 or 6 years ago, it wouldn't have been the same, though, as far as for you to speak on it.
Right.
Mine happened a long time ago. I mean, I I was 18, and it was the day after I graduated high school, and this kid that we all knew, he was just like, we're all going to go to the beach, like a group of us. I can't believe I'm saying this on the radio. It's freaking crazy. But whatever. He was in the wrong, I wasn't. I was 18 years old. Anyways, long story short, he told me, like, it rained that day, so we decided not to go to the beach. So it was like 5 of us. So he managed a club, and we were going to all watch Def Comedy Jam in the club on the monitors. So we were watching, and he's like, Claudia, come upstairs with me. I want you to, there's a DJ booth, let's pick music. And he had given us what was supposed to be Portuguese wine. Really, it was in a bottle with no labels. He had actually peeled the label off, and it was Cisco.
Nice.
So Cisco, you have like one sip of it, and I'm sorry,
It's like gasoline.
you're done. You're really
done.
done. So I went upstairs, and I had my bathing suit on, and I had my jean shorts on top, and he basically attacked me, and he pinned me down. And I was like a strong girl back then. I'm like, no, ever do that to me? Fuck that. I'm strong. Da-da-da-da. But really, you know what? You really never know. And this guy wasn't a big guy. He was my size. But when a guy has that rage in him, he's gonna take it, and he's gonna, he's gonna have his way. And then, as an 18-year-old girl who had very little experience with sex, it's like you don't really. I froze up. Like I didn't really know what to do. And then I felt guilty for many, many years that I didn't do everything I could have done to fight this and to stop it. So you start blaming yourself. I had nightmares. I had all kind of things. Couldn't tell my mom. And, I would never talk about it. But then once I started talking about it to one person, then another friend, I cried. I released a lot of guilt and a lot of, I just felt guilty for many years that why didn't I punch him? Why didn't I scream? I froze up. Like it's like your body's being raped, but mentally you are as well too. And it's like, what can you do? So girls out there, I mean, even if you kind of feel uncomfortable about it, you gotta tell someone. Big brother, I mean, authorities would be ideal, but a lot of times like that's really difficult for people.
Right.
But even if you told, a brother, a father, a gangster friend with maybe a spare strike to
currently in jail.
Oh, we have a caller. We have Charlie from Arizona. Charlie, what is your comment or question?
Y'all gonna make me cry. No, ladies. When I first got divorced, about 6-7 months after I got divorced, I got buck wild. I started fucking everything that moved. I was knocking out chicks once or two a day. So one time I picked this girl up. We was at the club, picked her up from the club. We went home, and she took a bath. I gave her a T-shirt. We fooled around that night. That morning, it was time to leave. She woke up before I did, and she shook me, and she was like, hey, I'm ready to go. I was like, hey, okay, give me about 15 minutes to get myself together. I've been drinking all night. Just give me 15 minutes to get myself together. She's like, no, I'm ready to go now. I'm like, chick, just chill out for a second. Hold up. She said, I was like, I said, just chill the fuck out. You know what the front door is if you in that much of a hurry. So she sat there. I got up, got dressed, got out to the car. She said, no, I'm cool. And she just walked off. I said, you cool? You want to just leave? She said, yeah. And she went down the street. I went back upstairs in my house, went to sleep. Next thing I knew, I heard a knock at the door. I come downstairs. There's 2 police officers. I looked past them. They got both ends of my street blocked off. And cops and all over the street talking about, do you know this chick? I'm like, yeah. Well, she said you raped her last night and kidnapped her from the club and raped her.
Wow.
I'm 6'2", 285 pounds, played arena football. I started crying right then and there because we have to prove that we're not guilty. She just has to make the assumption. We got to prove that we're not guilty. And that's all she said. And they were supposed to lock me up. The only thing that kept me from being locked up is I didn't know it. My grandfather came in town. And when he comes in town, he'd come and stay at my place. And he came in town, and he happened to be in town, came in at night. And when I was asleep, she was still up. So when he came in the house, she was talking to him while I was asleep. So when he happened to come back, and I told him what happened, he was like, I talked to her last night while you were asleep. And that was the only reason they didn't lock me up. So they didn't lock me up.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Two of you guys had sex with her?
No.
The grandfather
came to the crib.
Stayed there.
Yeah.
So he was the evidence and the proof that he didn't rape her.
Wow.
That is crazy. But see, that just goes to show you how a lot of women, we abuse our power. Because just like the one girl said, there could be really somebody that truly got raped, but then you have somebody else that's just mad at somebody for not treating her right and going to call rape.
But you know what? My situation, I can guarantee you right now that he never thought he date raped me. He told me himself, he's like, I was getting you out of the way of your inhibitions. That's exactly what he told me. So there's a lot of guys who think they haven't raped somebody, And for her, the experience could have been completely different.
Well, we're going to talk more about that when we come back from the break. We are talking about date rape, a very serious edition of the show. Give us a call, 877-2-106-106. We'd like to hear your thoughts, your experiences, your nightmares, and if you whooped a rapist's ass.
Definitely your tramp.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
We'll be back after the break.
No more pain.
We're back.
All right.
More pain. Hold on, let me finish sending this text. Right
Stupid. Gosh.
He's cute.
Leave him alone.
Oh,
yeah, he's cute. Topic is date rape.
Put your
Set
email
the scrotum
address.
aside, girl.
Goodness,
Come on.
the ground.
Are you preparing
we're
to
back.
date rape someone, Claudia?
Maybe I did
No.
already. 877-2-106-106. Our topic is date rape. And y'all ain't right.
How are we?
Okay, now before we went to break, we talked about, a lot of times guys may not know that they actually raped a woman, and they think, I was just pushing you along, or, getting you
You
away
really
from
wanted it.
inhibitions, or, I thought you said yes through the screams.
I heard yes, so it awfully
Oh, you're
sounds
entitled
like
to
a lot
it.
like no.
I think
You are.
Yeah,
But you are. Oh, never mind. You are entitled to it. It's just when the girls call.
No, I'm referring to being in a relationship and my guy thinking he's entitled to it because we're in this exclusive relationship and I didn't want to, and being forced into it. That's
Been there, done that, so he figures
right. It's his.
Well, that's like an emotional
Yeah.
coercion. Like there's physical force, and then there's emotional guilt and things like
I was
that.
crying. I didn't like it.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying he's emotionally guilting you and then date rape.
That's game.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, now a big part of what makes date rape so easy for men is the alcohol, clearly, and if a woman's intoxicated, and then on top of that is the little date rape drug.
Right,
So,
the use of roofies.
Roofies. I do joke about them, that I take them before I go out, but really this is serious. And that actually has happened to me. I did have someone slip something in my drink before, and let me tell you something. You don't really know what is going on. You totally black out.
Yes, there's an ingredient in roofies that does cause temporary amnesia. So you know,
I don't remember anything, and then this guy was bragging about putting something in my drink. So years later, I found out about it. So some of the symptoms of GHB, ketamine, is that how you say it, called? And Rufinol. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, the H is silent.
Rohypnol.
Okay. Relaxation, drowsiness, dizziness, nausea, problem seeing, unconsciousness, blackout. Can't remember what happened while drugged. Problems breathing and speaking. Sweating, vomiting, dreamlike feeling, coma.
Yes, coma.
Muscle relaxation or loss of muscle control, a drunk feeling, problems talking, difficulty with motor movements, hallucinations, lost sense of time and identity, distorted perceptions of sight and sound, out-of-body experience, and death. So while these guys are over here trying to get some easy action, you can die because they're too lazy to put in the work to actually get you on their own merits. So just something to think about. If you've experienced any of these feelings, you might want to just check, get your urine tested. Tips to protect yourself: don't accept drinks from other people. Open containers, yourself. Keep your drink with you at all times, even when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Don't share drinks.
Yeah. Also, when you're at a bar, watch the bartender make your drink.
Yeah.
Okay. And,
Sometimes they're in on it. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Watch the bartender make your drink. Have him hand it to you.
don't drink from punch bowls or those large punch bowls. They may already have something in them.
At the parties.
Don't drink anything that tastes or smells strange. Sometimes GHB tastes salty.
Yes, you can taste it. So some people can.
And have a non-drinking friend with you to make sure nothing happens. Portia, that's why I have you.
That is me, ladies.
Portia has to come with us everywhere.
I know.
And some of you other ladies leaving your other girlfriends on a couch somewhere in Vegas. Not cool.
But you do,
Not
ladies.
cool.
Ladies and fellas always have that. Oh.
But Portia, I don't really know how good you are at protecting me.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because you've been there through most of my drunken
I drive.
exploits.
I mean, you get home, don't you?
So after,
Oh, you're like
There you
Denisha.
so you drive me home. That's all you do.
I mean, I drive you home. Make sure. I mean, if you disappear in a
You're
bathroom,
here, right? You're alive.
Right.
This time in Arizona, it was so fun. I wouldn't even say that.
No, go ahead.
She
It's
did.
okay. Just do it.
We were in Arizona, right? But they got to see the actual action that she did. She disappears, right? We're at this ball, something like that.
It's
And I'm like,
it was a gala.
It's a gala.
A gala?
But we did have short dresses on. So I'm like, where'd Claudia go? And I knew she was tipsy, right? So
I was not tipsy.
You were drunk.
I was extremely drunk.
Okay, see, I don't want to go there, but she really was extremely drunk, right?
Let's know the difference.
So I'm like, okay, she's disappeared. It's been about maybe 5 minutes, and then it goes on 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, I'm really concerned at this point.
Right.
So I walk around, and I see her sitting down on a couch, right? And she's got like this smirk on her face, right?
No eyes, no eyes.
That really glassy eye type
I know
thing.
that look.
You know that look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've all seen that look.
Yes.
So I sit down, and I was like, yo, you know, what's up? Where you been? And she has this smirk on her face.
Biggest smile ever,
and
right?
you gotta
no
see it. Like, maybe I'll do a picture of it and post it on the MySpace. She did like this thing with like her 2 fingers. And she did like this little come hither / thing as if she, you say it. You say it. I don't want to say it.
I was lying and said
She insinuated as if she had a little action in the bathroom. Where
Oh my God.
somebody put hands on her, right?
my drunk persona lies a lot. Like I was like, I was getting fingers.
She was like, that's what it was.
But I was
I'm like-
totally lying though.
And then I was like, what are you talking? Like, I'm big as shit.
I was fucking with her. I was drunk.
Should I be worried? Should I not be? And
Should we
then
call the cops?
And you
What?
said by who?
And I was like, by who? And she said, some guy. I was like, oh my God, I really officially clear. I said, my friend is a hoe. You just declare, my friend is a hoe. But the next morning, you know, we actually had to walk her out of the club, me and her other good friend, Alta. We had to actually pretend like her ankle was kind of twisted up, so we had her walking out. It was so bad. I was like, oh my God. So the next morning we get up and I was like, yo, I'm sitting here concerned. What happened last night? What are you talking about? I'm like, yo, I mean, you said you got on with somebody in the club. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, is this good news or bad news? And she had no details. She said, what are you talking about? I have no clue. But that goes to show you, ladies, that if you're under the influence, you may not remember what happened the next day.
But I know nothing happened though.
And no, nothing
Because
happened.
when we went back and we looked at my camera, who has the time date on
Yeah.
it, we saw that I just basically went around and took mad pictures with a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
people. Like that's where the missing 10 minutes was.
But she didn't remember, which
I don't
is the
remember.
thing. Ladies, if you're drunk enough, you still got to have that friend or that certain somebody who still
And a
has your
certain camera.
back. Yeah, you know,
Keep
that
a
has
camera
your back.
with you.
But always, too, ladies, keep a camera with you. I always keep a camera in my car. My mom was always like, you can get in an accident.
That's right.
You can get rear-ended. You could disappear, and all of a sudden you could take a picture of the license plate. You could take a picture of a face.
I need one of those Fear
Anything.
Factor
Or
cameras.
you can document a crime.
I need one of those Fear Factor cameras mounted on my forehead at all
forehead.
times.
Yeah, it's called the Claudia cam.
Filming my own
It's called the
actions.
Sea Dog cam.
So
We have
funny.
another caller. We've got Hazmats from Arkansas.
All right, with your orange jumpsuit.
New one.
Hazmats.
Jumpsuit. What's good?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Toxin?
What's up, 3 to 5? What's up?
What's going on with y'all tonight? How y'all feeling?
You know,
wow.
reflecting on rape.
Yes.
Hey, well, I was just, I was wanting to call. I check out y'all show all the time. Y'all really make me laugh. Y'all have me bugging, right? But this subject tonight kind of like touched home a little bit because I heard the first brother call and he told this story about how he was falsely accused of raping somebody or whatever, right? And a few years back when I was in the military, same thing happened to me. Only thing is that, it was a soldier had been transferred to our unit that was a problem child in the unit she had been in before. She got there, I befriended her because she was, she was put in my charge or whatnot. Everybody telling me she got a crush on you, I'm like, nah, I'm an NCOIC. She know, fraternization is not going to happen or whatever, right? One night she made an advance toward me or whatever. I was like, nah, I'm not losing my stripes for no ass. It's just not going down like that. I was like, I understand you going through some things and you need somebody or whatever, but we going to keep this strictly professional. I leave, go on leave. I come back. I have to report to my commander. They read me my rights under Uniform Code of Military Justice telling me I'm being charged for sexual assault. And I'm like, who, what, when, why, and where? You know what I'm saying? Tell me, who I sexually assaulted and all this and all that. They let me know what was going down, and I'm like, man, I never touched her. And I'm pleading my case to anybody and everybody that, that would listen. Nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. I felt like I was about 2 inches tall, you know what I mean? So, I'm panicking. I go see to the staff judge, advocate office or whatever. The lawyer they appointed over my case, he's steadily telling me you have a pristine record. So if you just cop to sexual misconduct, I can get the sexual assault dropped. I was like, I am not going to cop to something I did not do. I did not touch her. So this drags on for a couple of months while they doing their investigation or what have you. And the only thing that saved my black ass
was the fact that that we had a unit function the night she said I attacked her, and my best friend in the unit at that time videotaped me at that party the whole night long.
Okay, so
That's
it proved
the
your
only
whereabouts,
thing
and then there it was. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for that, for sharing that story with us. You know, and ladies, stop being assholes.
Stop being vindictive.
It seems like the ones that have legitimate cases are the ones that are not coming forward, and they're the ones that are getting like they're losing because of this, and the women that are not are sitting here crying rape, and it's like so damaging to the whole system.
Yeah, for every false rape that's reported out there is, one real rape will go, unattended to because of that.
Probably
Probably
five or 10.
Right.
I mean, look, we got 2, 3 right here,
And I want to say sexual assault is a broader category in the Justice Department. So it's like if you haven't actually been raped where it's
Penetration.
clearly penetration. Sexual assault is broader, and it's any type of sexual activity that a person does not agree to. It can include inappropriate touching, i.e., come hither fingering.
Right.
I've done that.
Digit insertion
or
is what it's
attempted
called.
rape.
That's
Right.
right. Digit
Done it,
insertion
done it.
that constitute as penetration as well.
And there is a hotline,
Yeah.
1-800-656-HOPE. So if you feel like this has happened to you, definitely give them a call.
And go to the police station right away. A lot of times you want to take a shower because you wash the scent off you.
Right.
But you're washing away valuable evidence.
That's
And
kind of
let me
weird
tell
to say, but if you feel that you were raped, the weird thing is, get it together in your mind. If you were raped, and if you feel that you were, definitely go to your nearest hospital and have an evidence kit done on you. It can definitely save you when you're trying to prosecute a rape.
More things to do. Get a urine test as soon as possible. The drugs, if you were, if the date rape drug was used on you, it stays in your body for several hours and can be detected in your urine up to 72 hours after taking it. GHB leaves the body in 12 hours. Don't urinate before getting help if you can help it. Don't douche, bathe, or change clothes before getting help because it might be pubic hairs or other
Don't shower.
DNA.
Yes.
And you can also call a crisis center or hotline to talk with a counselor. And again, we have a lot of male listeners, so I really, really want to stress, to the fellas out there, this is something that once even you're accused of it, it kind of stays with you.
Right.
It's really hard to shake that once you've been accused of rape, just like being accused of being a child molester. Even if you're innocent, it's like that's something to really, really, really.
The stigma that follows this is you can't shake it.
We have another caller. We have Mike in Dallas. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. You ladies are incredible. I just want to tell you that. And Claudia, oh my God, girl, I saw you on television. You absolutely dropped
Get
it.
a room.
Stop hating. Go, let him talk.
Marsha.
At any rate, I do want to share with you ladies a situation
We're all
that happened
haters.
with me as well. A few years back, I was working with this young lady, a beautiful young lady, and someone told me she was kind of, digging on the brother, what have you. So we ended up talking, invited her to my apartment, and cooked dinner for her. So we had dinner, took her out to the hot tub. We kind of hung out a little bit, a little kissy kind of thing, got a little heated out there. So we took her back to my apartment. We had one wine cooler. After one wine cooler, we got kissing and going and what have you, wound up doing our little thing. And then she said, no, Charles, this is too soon. I said, okay, cool. And I laid back, and we just chilled for a little moment. And then I laid back. Then she got on me, and we actually went there. And it was great. And we got busy a couple times at night. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, I roll over, and she's not there. I go in the next room, and she's in my living room, and she's just kind of sitting on the sofa. I'm like, hey, what's up? And she says to me, she said, you raped me. You took advantage of me because you didn't think you'd get another chance. And I said, excuse me? And that freaked me out at that point. And the only thing I can think of is that she's feeling guilty about this thing because we work together. Right. So my first response at that point was, I said, listen, baby. I said, hey, look, I really like you. I said, I'm under the impression that we're dating, that this is a relationship, and it's not a one-night stand, which wasn't actually the case. But because I agreed to date this young lady, I think that's the only thing that kept her from actually accusing me of rape because she acted like she wanted to go and report me or something.
That's so
That
weird.
bothered me big time.
So you locked yourself into a relationship, actually just keep your ass out of jail.
Yeah.
Talk about a Hail Mary.
Wow.
Because
I love you. It wasn't rape. Thank you for sharing that with us. We really appreciate that. Well, I think, it seems like times have gotten really, really hard on women. Like, just listen to music and, you'll hear that it's just the hit and run type of mentality we're in now. So I think probably women are kind of extra sensitive to that. So they'd rather just like cut you off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on you before you have me out there looking like a whore. I mean, there's a segment of the population that's doing that. You don't think so?
I really don't.
He just gave us an example of that. What are you talking
I
about?
get it, but I really don't think any guy who's done a date rape really thinks he date raped her. I really think he thinks in his mind she wanted it. And I don't know about his particular situation, but I'm going to say that 90% of those guys think she really wanted it. She accused me of rape falsely. This is such bullshit, and it's really not.
I was just talking about what the woman was thinking.
Right.
But yeah, the man, men don't think that they're rapists.
No,
Mike
of course
Tyson
not.
still doesn't think he's a rapist, and he
Yeah.
went
They
to jail
don't.
for 3 years.
What about Kobe?
No.
See?
I don't know.
Curious.
I don't believe
What
that.
We
he
weren't
doesn't
there.
Put it out there.
We don't know.
Did he
No,
rape?
no.
I don't know.
We weren't there.
Allegedly.
But you know what? Again, like what sucks for women, if you were promiscuous, you're automatically
Assume
you
that
were lying
you wanted
about it.
Mhm.
And
Right.
hoes can get raped too.
That's right.
Wives can get raped
Yes,
by their
they
husbands.
can. Yes, they can.
Prostitutes
Yes.
can get raped.
Yep. And
Okay,
they do.
we've got our favorite caller. We've got Iceberg on the line. Iceberg,
Iceberg.
how
Didn't
are
Iceberg tell us a kind of a...
you? Iceberg, welcome to the show. You there?
What's good with you?
Hey, Iceberg, how are you? What's your comment? Question?
I'm chilling, but I've been in a situation like that when I was a teenager.
Of course you have.
Okay, me and my boys, we used to run trains on chicks. So this particular
You
chick
don't say.
Iceberg.
Didn't I say you didn't bring
You
this
don't
up?
Now he's keeping it real, ladies.
Let him
Keep it real.
open up to us.
I appreciate that. Keep it going.
I got to keep it honest. So me and my boys, we ran a train on this chick, and when we came out of my crib, her sister seen all of us come out the crib and was like, I'm telling mommy. Yo.
Wait.
That's
a movie scene.
How old were you guys, and how many of there were you?
And why were you saying
5,
mommy?
right?
Were there siblings in
All right, it was 6 of us at the crib, but only 3 of us hit.
That's like the Players Club
Only
scene.
3 hits.
Okay, 3 hit. How old were you? How old was the girl?
The girl was 17. I was only 14. I was the youngest one out of
14?
everybody.
Was she drunk?
Did you even
She
know
was
what
drunk.
to do with it then? Jeez.
Oh, man, I lost my virginity in the 5th grade when I was like 10.
All right then.
That don't mean you knew what you was doing.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew what I was doing. I had WHT back in the days. I knew how to get it in.
What was she drunk?
Iceberg. She said yes. She agreed to the.
Yo,
Trainage?
we've been smashing on a regular Hunter girlfriend, but once her little sister seen it, told her moms, the story got distorted, and the next thing I know, we all caught first-degree rape charges. I had like $150,000 bail,
Got it.
and it got real ugly.
So when it got back to the mom
Mom
said it
said
was
you
rape.
better say it. Well, she probably didn't even tell her mother the truth. She said,
Right,
they
exactly.
raped me, Mom.
Exactly.
I don't have
Exactly.
sex
The
like
same
that.
face.
Yep.
That's right.
But she was
That's why
17.
you got to have these girls
She-
sign affidavits saying
Even
that
if
they
you are
willingly
17.
had sex with you.
But teenagers don't know what they're doing.
Mama don't want to
I'm
believe
sorry.
that her daughter's, still having
Yeah,
sex.
but let me give you a real catch to it. One thing about white America, when they see 6 black men and this chick trying to play Miss Innocent,
Was she white?
they don't understand. Nah, she wasn't white, but it's just a fact. When they see 6 men and one chick and she done changed the whole story around, they don't understand that there's hoes running around the hood that get down like that. White America they just didn't see that shit.
So, Iceberg, just playing devil's advocate, just Tanisha, do you think that was a good decision to
Run a train on her?
run a train on a girl that could potentially come back and say that you raped her?
Was she drunk?
Okay, now remember this. I'm 14. Since the
I get
age of
it.
14
I get it.
to
But
now,
do you,
I have never, ever shared sex with. I won't even be in the same room with nobody having sex with nobody. It's either going to be one-on-one or it's nothing going down.
Right.
That was just I made a bad decision. I was young.
thank
But,
you.
Sounds
I
lesson
learned a
learned.
valuable lesson. Thank God my mother owned the house. They put the house up to get me out and put some money up for a lawyer. I mean, the case, what's funny with the criminal justice system, they dragged this case on for years, and we wound up just having to plead down the charges from rape to endangering the
Sexual battery.
welfare of a minor or this
Okay.
and that. You dig what I'm saying? But I still had to cop out to something because, that lawyer money started becoming expensive as hell on my parents,
Well, they did.
Thank you for
They
sharing
do
that.
charge.
Iceberg, thanks for sharing that with us.
Wow. To save her ass.
You know what? It's like we can laugh about that. I've never found anything funny or cool. As much as I joke and I have very off-color jokes, like I hate the whole train thing and all that stuff. I feel like what do you expect you're going to get out of that situation?
Right,
no
right.
good can come out of that. And I would be more inclined to believe a girl if she had sex with 5 guys, because
Right.
my mind doesn't think like, yeah, I consent to 5 dudes running through me,
Right.
one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. But there are girls out there that do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like we all got to check ourselves with the sexual misbehavior. I think
Definitely take responsibility for your all's vagina. God damn.
And the men, stop glamorizing running trains on women and threesomes and foursomes.
That's
No
right.
offense, Tina Davina.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm just saying.
I would only watch
They're
that on
all
vivid porn.
consensual.
I would just, I don't know. Call me corny, but I would just like to see return to a more traditional, the one-on-one. I think a lot of these problems can be alleviated if we start acting like we have some damn sense
Exactly.
and like don't have more than 2 or 3 sperms up in you in the same month. I mean, I don't know. Very simple,
Yeah.
basic
Just think about
stuff.
it.
Like,
When you want to prove that you are, not capable of stuff like this, it's going to be hard when you got, 3 different niggas' sperms up in you. You know what I'm saying?
But you heard what he said. He regularly, him and his friends ran a train on her and her friend.
That's hard, yeah.
So that is hard for, nobody's going to believe them. They're going to believe the girl. She's going to say, are you serious? Never. And she's telling all this to the mother and to the cops. And they believed her. And that's a shame because there are other girls out there where they've had it happen and they don't believe them because you have girls out there that are lying, trying to save face for themselves and for
But
their
it
families.
is a two-way street. I mean, I think that even if she was a hoe,
She knew what she was
I
doing.
would definitely be telling my son, don't run trains on hoes.
Right.
Because
Don't run trains,
they get
period.
pregnant, they give you diseases, and
There
then
you
they
go.
can call rape.
It's a
But-
lose-lose
Anytime.
situation. Now, we only have a few minutes left, so I want to just cram in a little bit of information before we sign off. 1 out of 6 American women have been the victims of an attempted or completed rape in their lifetime. So 14.8% the rape was completed and 2.8% attempted. 17.7 million American women have been the victims of attempted or completed rape. 9 out of 10 rape victims were female in 2003, so men are raped as well. I'm sorry.
She apologizes sincerely. She'll MySpace you.
While 80% of all victims are white, minorities are somewhat more likely to be attacked. I don't know what that's about. And they have it broken down here by white, black,
Look at the Alaskan one.
Alaskan women. Are they raped a lot?
I don't know. Ask what's her
It's
name.
too cold.
They are.
Ain't got nothing to do with it.
They have a double.
Besides,
American Indian and Alaskan women have double the chances of getting raped.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Again, okay, so the National Sexual Assault Hotline is 1-800-656-HOPE. Have we learned anything from this show today?
Yes.
Definitely.
I hope so.
Men.
Let's reiterate.
I wanted to throw out some
Reiterate.
things as well. Avoid being alone with anyone that makes you uncomfortable. Definitely listen to your own instincts.
Definitely listen to your gut.
Always carry your own car keys and always carry enough money for a cab ride home.
Anybody else learn anything?
I say just get to know somebody a little bit before you even go out with them. I don't go on a date with anybody that I haven't talked to on the phone for a cool minute where I feel like I at least know you.
And
Group, you
Totally.
don't. That's the thing. You know the
you
person.
Don't. And you're right. It could
Yeah.
be 5 years and you don't really know somebody. So group dates, yes, ladies, are always cool. Bring your homegirl along. Even tell him, hey, why don't we double date? You and your homeboy. Make him feel,
I'd say listen to what the man is saying. A lot of times they say some really off-color things in the beginning and we laugh it off because it's funny, or we've just been so desensitized by how comedy is and
Right.
stuff that we see on television, and things are not as offensive as they used to be, and we kind of like let a lot of stuff fly, where it's like, then when you're alone with this person, like, wait a minute, this is really a creepy person.
Right, because
Right,
you were
yeah.
saying it in the beginning.
Like a lot of times people do show you their true colors in the beginning. We just choose to ignore it or laugh it off, or I'll change that.
Right.
And definitely, if you have to drink during social settings, just limit yourself. Don't get dead drunk. It's not it's not necessary to get dead drunk. Know your limits.
Why are you
okay?
looking at me?
I'm looking around the room for real.
she's looking above
Not
you.
a reason to get dead drunk. Okay, get a nice buzz on. But if you feel like you're getting in the dead drunk situation, hopefully you got a
Dead
homie
drunk.
with you.
I like to drink when I'm with my girls, where we're just in a circle.
Right.
So anybody else? You got anything to say?
Well, yeah, I would just say that, if you're a man, think about when no means no and double check that no. If she says no, take it out. She can say no at any point, too.
Right. And if
That's
she
the other
says
thing
no
that
once,
guys are like, well, I
take
was
that to
already
heart.
there.
I know, but ladies still watch your back. Don't put yourself in that situation to where it
Yes.
can happen. Don't say no and it's almost up and I don't
That's
want
right.
to
'Cause
anymore.
If you're going up to a guy's apartment,
You
literally,
can- but
it's
you
not
can do
inviting
that.
You up there for tea.
You can,
But it can end up
don't
badly.
use it as a cop out. It can end up badly.
Fellas out there, be smart. Ladies, be smart. And, if you get uncomfortable with that person, kick rocks. Leave him alone. It's not that serious. If she says no, there's always someone else. that will. Holla at Tina Zavina. Catch us next week, every Monday here on the Claudia Jordan Show.
Love you, Tina.
What's the MySpace page? Quick.
www.myspace.com/thesingleLifewithCJ.
Check out Portia Coleman's video and request it at the BET website.
Vote for it. BET.com/106 in Park. Vote Portia Coleman featuring 3-6 Mafia.
And if you're not registered to vote, get your ass out there and vote. And let's make some changes in this country. All right, check us out next week. We're out.
Peace.
Don't rape.